Class management. Now, homeschooling to microschooling, you have a whole different set of things. When you have multiple kids in a room, class management becomes an issue. And sometimes when you have teachers coming out of a traditional model of school, they want to know, okay, how do I run a class using a project-based learning model? The reading part's easy. Let's do the reading as a class. That would be a large group activity where you present the material. You can either read aloud or you can have kids read on their own, but you provide time for the reading to happen. Again, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on a longer reading day. And that reading time might be a little bit longer as you get into middle school and high school. Then what do you do next? As you get into project time, we'd recommend a few things. First of all, have a system as a teacher. Have a class kind of set of rules and expectations around what project time looks like. Take time at the beginning of the year and tell your students what you expect to see during project time. And also tell them your plan is to get around the room and talk to every student every day. Again, I taught in a project-based learning classroom for over 20 years. It's doable. You can get to every student every day, and I had classes of up to 30 students. It's very possible to do and check in with students and talk with people. Sometimes when they're working on projects, they might be working in groups of 2 or 3. That makes it even easier because now I can go talk to a group of students, ask them questions about the reading, what they got, what they understood. We've seen some teachers in the Portals Network that even take the think about questions and they say, before we go to project time, I want them to spend some time actually writing. So they'll give them the think about it questions. They'll ask all the students in the room to answer those questions on paper on their own, and then turn those into the teacher or use those for the oral conversations. That way, you get some feedback on every kid every single day. Now, why don't we have worksheets and tests in Portals? Well, first of all, they don't work. We've seen no evidence that they do. But second, if I'm having conversations with every kid every day, I know exactly what they're learning and where they're at. So when you do get to final chapter reviews, chapter tests, especially in science class, you're not going to be surprised by the results. Even if you do the norm reference test at the end of the year, there aren't going to be a lot of surprises because you as a teacher are actually more tuned in to the assessment part of your class than if you used worksheets and tests.